Hey, this is Ivan, and again another video from this channel, the channel of the player. And now, today it's a very important topic. So if you have to do anything with a woman, even if you are a woman, especially if you are a woman and you're watching this video, that will be something very revealing video. But if you are a guy, if you are a guy or a man, that video will blow your socks or mind. It will blow your mind. Now, the topic of the video, let's start with the topic of the video. The topic of the video, it's who is alpha? Who is alpha? Right? So now, this alpha term, it's considered to be in a big discussion amongst guys, only guys, so they think alpha is somebody that is muscular, he's tough, he looks good, he's like the man, the macho man, the guy that is usually portrayed by the Hollywood. Who is that guy? The alpha guy. That should be Clint Eastwood, or maybe that should be Tom Cruise, or that should be Bruce Willis, or all these bullshit concepts that are pumped by Hollywood to create this fake identity of the alpha. Now, I will give you another opinion. Another opinion is simply the alpha is the guy who have sex with all the women, and that is a concept that is coming from the far end of the male communities, the manosphere. They would say, hey, listen, if you are alpha, that simply means that all girls are after you and you're after no girl. Now, that's another perspective of the alpha. But the alpha, it's really the man who can stay in his frame. What I mean by that, when the girls start testing you, when she start throwing you all this shit tests on you, if you stay in the frame, we may say that is a alpha behavior. You may not be the alpha. You may, that guy, or if that is you, may not be the alpha, right? But if you can stay in your frame, when she starts throwing all these tests, and what are the tests? They're not just in the game, in the beginning of the relationship, or in the beginning of the interaction between man and a woman. They are constantly through the whole process, even if you are a married guy, even if you are dating 5 or 10 women, even if you are dating 1 woman, 3 women, 5, 10, 20, if you are the alpha guy who dates a lot of women, and if you don't hold your frame, you're no longer alpha. That is kind of. Now, who are the real experts to determine who the alpha is? Because this is in the consciousness and in the mind of guys only. We think like, this is a term that is only known to men, because all the guys that are listening, pickup artists, players, game people, guys that teach social skills, guys that teach social skills in relationships, and all coaches that are teaching relationship, and all kinds of coaches. They are nowadays like life coach, this coach, that coach. Strangely, yesterday, guess what I saw yesterday? I'm just gonna deviate a little bit of the thing, but I could not mention that, because yesterday I was surprisingly seeing advertising for sexual coach. And that's a kind of a cool profession. You be sexuality coach. Wow, that was something, right? So anyway, So let's get back to the topic of the video, the alpha. Now, because this alpha is only a term by the pickup artists and the guys that do games, they kind of forgot that the alpha, it's a very broad social term. Who's the alpha in the government right now? We know that Donald Trump, he's the alpha man. He called the shots. He say, I'm gonna do this law, I'm gonna do that law, I'm gonna push this law for this, I'm gonna push that law for that, I'm gonna stop these dirty Democrats in the Congress, and I'm gonna get my way because I'm the alpha. Yeah, that's the social term of being alpha in politics. But now I'm gonna widen your understanding about alpha, and I'm gonna tell you now, listen to this carefully. I'm gonna tell you now something that it will be shocking to you. The biggest judgment, the biggest judges of who is alpha are guess who? Actually, those are the women, because the women, they have the special skills. As we men, we don't have these special skills. Now, let's see how men approach the alpha situation, or let's say the leadership situation, and how women approach that situation. I'm gonna give you two very distinctive examples so I can bring this into your perspective, to get my perspective across. Now, let's say you're a bunch of guys, your buddies, let's say, and you are guys in social situation, and there is some kind of interaction, and there's a lot of things are going on, and all of a sudden one of the guy cannot get the upper hand over another guy, and he's losing his cool, he's flipping, and he tells the other guy, hey, let's go outside the bar, see who's the guy. Do you think this guy is the alpha? No, no, no. Not at all. This is the better guy. In that situation, that's the better guy. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you one story that happened to me a couple of years ago. It was me and a woman, and all of a sudden I left the woman for a while, and I was not in I was not treating the woman at that particular moment correctly, right? So this guy stepped up and he started defending this woman. And he wanted to show me that how cool it is, how tough it is. And the whole idea was that this guy didn't even know who I am, what is the relationship between me and that woman. He just jumped out of nowhere, and strangely enough, it was 24 years old kid. That's how it's like a young guy, and he's trying to man up in front of me. I could be practically his father, right? But he probably got fooled by my appearance. Maybe think, yeah, this guy's not that old, And he was like a muscular guy, and he had this shirt, Army. Let's say Army. And he said, do you know who I am? And and I looked at him and I say, yeah, I see you have a shirt that say Army. And that's all I said, nothing else. but who do you think is the alpha in this situation, me or this guy? I don't know, you judge for yourself. But that is the common situation. Amongst men, and you can go tomorrow and you can check for yourself. You don't have to take my words. You go yourself tomorrow in a very popular place, a bar. There's a lot of masculinity, even in the gym. You go and you see these guys pumped up, and yeah, I'm the guy, I'm the this, I'm the cool guy. They walk like the Rock, right? But once you take this guy out of the gym, once you take him out of his environment where he feels like the alpha, and once you put him in the real life situation, then you can see how alpha he is. So man, what I'm trying to say here in this example, guys decide who's the alpha by just showing off themselves, trying to push with physical strength or with intellect or with whatever, but that is not the right approach to determine, because the real judges for who the alpha is are the women. Now, let me give you a perspective of how women decide who the alpha is and why they are 100,000 million quadrillion gazillion times more accurate, because they are designed to do that. They are designed to sense the alpha. Now, it's very difficult to, if you don't have friends, if you don't have a lot of friends women, it's very difficult to bring this concept to your head, especially if you don't have friends women that are willing to open up in front of you as though as you are their friend, like a woman. Like if you, but now if you have the privilege, I had the privilege to be in a position when a lot of women would open up in front of me as though I was not a man but as a woman, so I know their perspective. Now, since the age of 14 to be exact, for some girls 12, 13, you know, but in the Western Hemisphere, the age is about 14 to 15. 14, it's the age that these markers of sexuality are blossomed, like the lips, the eyes, the boobs, the ass, the posture of a young girl. About the age of 13, 14, by the age of 14, everything is almost done. Nature did its magic, and now, wow, if you can look at this 14 years girl, you cannot understand what really is she. Is she a woman, or she is just a teenager or a young girl? And now, because at that age, because she already have all these traits clearly emphasized, all the guys from the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, and the pedophiles, they start hitting on this little girl. And now she doesn't know. She looks left, right. But with that process, when hundreds and hundreds of men hitting on you daily, you have developed, as a woman, you develop this social acuity, social awareness. Why they talking to me like this? What they want? And soon the girl, by the age of 16, she already knows. Just 2 years experience and hundreds of thousands of attempts from men to get in the panties of this little girl or a woman, she already have such a tremendous skills in determining who the alpha is, that this type of skills as a man you would never have till the rest of your life. And I don't care how big pickup artist are you, how big player are you, how many relationships you have, how many lifetime experience, it's very almost impossible to get there. It's almost impossible to get there. But for a woman, that's the natural state. That is the natural state, because she has developed the senses. She can scan you for a fraction of a second, and she can see how confident you are, how skillful you are, what is your character. She can look at you and just scan you so deep that she can know a lot more than you think that she can know about you. Because only women, they do have those type of skills, because that is their nature. So women are really the true masters of determining who the alpha is. So as men, we can talk all day long. Oh, I'm the alpha. This guy's the alpha. That guy's the alpha. All wrong. All incorrect. Unfortunately. Plus this. Look at that. Why in the world, in a man community, you would know, or you will ever need to know who the alpha is? That's a common sense, you know. If you go in a camp in the woods with a bunch of guys and couple of hours, it will be all predetermined. It will be all known who the alpha guy is, who the leader is, and it doesn't have to be always the most knowledgeable guy or the most skillful guy or the guy that knows how to do the camping, you know. No. The alpha will be somebody that is the real alpha. But for the women, because they are the true judges of who the alpha is, because also it serves their purpose. From a man point of view, it doesn't serve any purpose. If you go in a corporate meeting and if you do not know who the alpha is, that confusion in your head, it's not a threat for you. You know, hey, you don't know who's the boss. You're gonna turn around, you're gonna turn left, you're gonna turn right, you're gonna look at your bodies, and by their look they will point to who the guy is. They will just literally tell you, because we guys are literal. We're gonna say, hey, here's the boss, this is the boss, this is the boss guy, this is the boss guy, you know, and that's it. End of story. So now you know who to respect, who to talk to. In one of my business videos in my other channel, I was saying, always talk to the boss. Do not waste your time to talk to gatekeepers and bunch of other obstacles that are on your way if you want to get a job or if you want to get something in your career. Always talk to the boss. Always talk to the decision maker, and it's a guaranteed result. But let's say you don't know who's the boss, you know, that will not result in a big danger for you. But for a woman, if she cannot understand, if she does not have the ability to sense who the real alpha is, that could be a devastating outcome for her. So through their whole life, women, they keep honing, they keep sharpening this senses to sense the alpha from 1,000 miles away. So now I'll give you something else here which is also important. The way the woman looked at men, I mean physically, the way they look at him while he is doing something or while he is talking something, could be very easily a clue for you to understand if this woman perceived this guy as an alpha. If she is into him with all her being, with all her attention, I mean, your head should be looking at the guy while he is doing something or talking something or giving a speech, or if she is talking to him, you know, if she is looking at him, that means from her point of view, great respect. That means she respects this guy as the alpha. If she is looking sideways, or if she is easily bored in the interaction with that guy, that means that she does not perceive him as alpha. So now, knowing this little trick, you can go out there on the field and you can observe for yourself in a social situation, when there is a conversation, when there is some kind of interaction, even if you are in a game, even if you're performing a game, pay close attention to how women look at guys, not how guys look at other guys. That is stupid. That is a beta male move. But now, the player move, the cool move for you would be focus your attention on how women look at guys. Just get aware of that little trick. Just know how this works and test it today. If you have the chance today to go out somewhere on a social situation and start observing, especially with family members, you know, because what happens is in a relationship, let's start with the basics. The purpose of the woman is to get the guy and then to get him to a submissive position. Unfortunately, is like that. Unfortunately, you know, the purpose of a woman is to get the alpha and to make him better. And that betamilization, it's ever-going process, even in a big relationship. So now, I can give you one example. One of my gurus, Grant Cardone, right? That's a guy that is out there, big marketeer, super rich guy, real estate investor, syndicator, super salesperson, guy with a lot of accomplishments in life, and super cool dude on the top of that. And now, one day I was that's another story. One day I was watching Grant Cardone on my phone, and I was in the presence of a woman, and that was the show of Grant Cardone. It's called G&E Show, where he discusses relationships with his wife, Elena Cardone. And now the woman next to me told me, oh, his wife Elena, she does not respect him. And I was like, wow, this guy's an alpha. But the woman next to me was right, you know. The woman next to me was right. How does she know it? Because she was observing not him, but the way his wife was interacting with him. So just a good idea here, just to let you know about these things, that that's how it really works. Women are the best judges of who the alpha is. Get it in your head and don't forget it. So now, if you think this is a little bit of cool information for you, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have a friend of yours, 1 or 2 or 3, share this video with them. Hit the share button and send them this video. And stay in the game, play the game. And now one more thing. Also be super observant. Be more observant towards women, not just guys. I wish you good luck in your game. Be a player. Play the game correctly. The game of life. Or you can lose. You can lose and go back in your in your whatever you are usually doing, you know. So that's it. Subscribe to the channel and share the video with a friend. Thank you.